You can get the same POCO M6 Pro 5G experience at an even more attractive price of just 9,500 rupees. If you haven't guessed by now, then this phone that you just saw in the product montage isn't some new shade of the M6 Pro. No. This, in fact, is POCO's latest affordable 5G smartphone. I'm talking about the POCO M6 5G. And if you thought the pricing for a 5G phone was superb with the M6 Pro, the M6 does it even better, albeit with some minor cut downs. Now, what are these cut downs? And if you want an affordable phone and you've been eyeing the POCO M6 Pro 5G for a while, in that case, should you instead purchase the POCO M6 5G over the M6 Pro 5G and save some cash? Well, hello everyone, I'm Ania for Fiber by India Today, and this is my review of the POCO M6 5G so that you can make an informed decision before making your final purchase. But of course, before we get on with the rest of the video, consider hitting that red subscribe button for detailed tech videos and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. With that said, let's get started. Alright, let's ditch the tech jargon and crack open the design of the POCO M6 5G. Now picture this, a sleek back catching the light, not just one boring color but a cool two-tone finish. Now I have the Orient blue colorway, but for those who prefer it stealthy, there's also a power black color variant. And as I just mentioned, the two-tone look, let me tell you, this grayish blackish rectangular island up top looks pure class. Sure, it looks a bit like its cousin, the POCO M6 Pro, but does add a little bit of extra swagger. The dual camera rings are larger and the LED flash has instead lost its ring and now sits flush on the surface. The side-mounted fingerprint sensor is fast and responsive. Now here's the deal, it's not all glass and glam. The frame is plastic, but hey, it keeps things light. Plus, you get a trusty headphone jack, IP53 splash resistance is there, and a separate microSD card slot on top of two nano SIM slots. Win-win. Basically, this phone's got your back, it's got you covered. For its price, it looks stylish and at the same time, it is tough. But of course, you let me know your thoughts about the design of the POCO M6 5G in the comments below. The POCO M6 5G features a 6.74 inches HD plus IPS LCD display with 90Hz refresh rate and up to 600 nits peak brightness. Now of course, it's not going to blow your mind like a fancy OLED screen, but for its price, it is pretty good. You see, outdoors, it suffices. 600 nits of brightness keeps things visible even under the sun's glare. Indoors, same story, movies and games pop with color. Just keep in mind, since it's an LCD screen, the best viewing angles are straight on, but hey, tilt it a bit and your favorite shows still look awesome. And there's one more sweet perk, Netflix in HD. Bam, you got it. Widevine L1 certification means streaming in all its glory, but again, do remember it's not a full HD panel, something POCO could have included, but yes, it is what it is. Finally, here are the audio samples from the single bottom firing speaker. Listen.
डेडिकेटेड टावर्स उन्होंने लगाए हैं हर तरफ नेटवर्क के लिए, ये उस चीज पे काम करता है.
Now the sound quality that you get here is decent. Of course, the depth that you get from a dual speaker setup is not here. But again, for what's on offer, for the price that you get this phone for, I think so there's nothing much to complain about. Alright, let's talk brains. This POCO M6 5G packs the Dimensity 6100 Plus SoC. Think of it as the phone's engine. And before I give you more details about this engine, here are some benchmark scores. So in Antutu, the POCO M6 5G scores a little over 4 lakh, keeping it in line with the rest of its budget competitors around this price. Even in Geekbench 6, these are not groundbreaking scores, but in the budget category, the phone should be able to hold its own for most of the tasks. So the Dimensity 6100 Plus engine, of course, it is not a race car engine, but for daily tasks like browsing social media, videos and messages, it runs smooth as butter, no stutters, no hiccups, just pure browsing bliss. Multitasking and heavy gaming, maybe not its strongest point. Don't expect to run all the top games on ultra settings, but lighter games like Free Fire Max ran just fine. No laggy meltdowns here. Now push it too hard with tons of apps open, it might get a little flustered, but hey, who does that all the time anyway? Now speaking of RAM and storage, you get three choices: 4GB RAM plus 128GB storage, 6GB RAM plus 128GB storage, and the one that I have received, 8GB RAM plus 256GB storage. And if you need even more room, remember I mentioned you can expand the storage here, so pop in a microSD card up to 1TB and you are good to go. Finally, in terms of software, there's MIUI 14 atop Android 13, and there's 2 years of software support plus 3 years of security patch updates. And basically, it's a no-frills software. At this point, everyone's familiar with MIUI and you get exactly what you expect. But yes, you get tons of bloatware on offer, but given the phone's budget pricing, this is a kind of a given. I mean, POCO also has to make money, right? But hey, you can still uninstall most of these bloatware apps, so that's not a problem. Overall, the POCO M6 5G might not be a power-hungry monster, but for what's on offer for everyday tasks, it gets the job done. The POCO M6 5G has a 5000 mAh battery under the hood. There's 18-watt fast charging support, and now you do get a charging brick inside the box. Sadly, it's just a 10-watt charger. So with the supplied charger, it takes an eternity to fully charge, say about 3 hours. However, with a higher wattage charger, it takes about 2 hours for a full charge. So if you have one handy, that would be great. As for the endurance itself, this one's a marathoner. I mean, it just does not give up, because as I earlier said, this one is not a power-hungry monster, and even under heavy loads, this phone easily lasts at least 1.5 days on a single charge. The POCO M6 5G is equipped with a 50-megapixel primary rear camera along with a depth sensor and a 5-megapixel selfie snapper. In a nutshell, the POCO M6 5G's main camera shines in the sunshine. Think bright days, happy snaps, and your photos will come out looking good with decent colors and enough detail to show off your adventures. But remember, it's not a photography champ, so zoom in too close and things might get a little blurry. Portrait mode, well, it tries its best, but sometimes it gets confused with the edges. Don't worry though, it's still fun to play with and capture some cool looking bokeh backgrounds. Now as the sun dips low, things get a bit trickier. Without night mode, photos get grainy and light streaks, but hey, with night mode turned on, you can still capture decent shots even in the dark. Just don't expect award-winning moonlit landscapes, okay? Now the selfie camera, let's just say it's a friendly face detector. Photos are alright in good light, but skin tones might be a bit off sometimes. But fear not, the phone comes loaded with fun filters to play with, so you can still turn those selfies into something Instagram worthy. So this right here is the 1080p 30 FPS video sample being shot on the POCO M6 5G. Ma'am, please walk a little towards me so that you guys can also get an idea about the stabilization, which is okay-ish for a budget phone. I mean, this is not optical image stabilization for obvious reasons. Electronic stabilization pretty much does the job for a budget phone. The audio is actually quite fine for a sub 10,000 rupees device, actually sub 10,000 with the bank offers and stuff. But yeah, this is the kind of quality that you get overall on the POCO M6 5G. How do you find it? It does have some issues with exposure control, but again, we're talking about a budget phone here. But you guys let me know your thoughts. What do you think? And how does my audio sound? How do you find the stabilization? Everything in the comments. And this right here is the 1080p 30 FPS front-facing video sample on the POCO M6 5G. Again, you know, pretty much in line with what you can shoot from the M6 Pro. Of course, a budget phone, budget quality, nothing much to expect here, but you know, does the job when you're talking about a 10,000, 12,000 rupees phone. But how do you find the quality? How do you find my audio and everything? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and next up is the verdict. Okay, let's talk verdict. The POCO M6 5G is basically the M6 Pro's twin, but with a smaller price tag. Think 500 rupees saved, which buys you a fancy latte, or you know, the phone itself. Sure, you lose out on the fancy Full HD display of the Pro, but guess what? You get double the storage at 128GB on the M6. Plus, with certain bank cards, you can snag this baby at a starting price of just 9,499 rupees. So what does this phone offer for its price? Well, it's got the cooler two-tone design, an efficient chip that handles everything you throw at it, and a battery that just lasts. And hey, the camera takes decent pics in the sunshine, perfect for capturing your summer shenanigans. Summing up, if you want to save some cash, the Poco M6 5G is like a high five from your wallet. It's not the fanciest phone in town, but for your everyday fun and adventure, it is a total champ. Fiber rates the Poco M6 5G a 7.5 on 10 rest. You guys let me know your thoughts about this phone in the comments below. And as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiber. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.